Katie here. Hey, listen, today I'm going to be talking to you about a subject that I personally have had to, really question and ask myself whether or not I too was committed. And that's what the topic today is about, is are you committed? Are you committed to your job? Are you committed to your business? Are you committed to your family? Are you committed to your spouse? Are you committed to your children? And some people, and even myself, when you're first asked that question, you could say, well, yeah, absolutely. But then there's certain things that you will find that are fruit of truly not being committed. And it's something that I too have to confront. And it's important to check yourself, because commitment really is, in my opinion, very rare. It is. And very few people have that ability to be disciplined and committed, because committed means you can't back out. You can't, it's either this way or it's this way. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you have to, if you're following a vision, or if you're following a movement, or if you're following, a business or a job or whatever, a company, right? Even your spouse, when things go wrong, are you still committed? When things don't go your way, are you still committed? When you're reaching that point where there's division and there's butting of heads, are you still committed? And this is really difficult. It's really difficult to face, because it's so easy to bring up excuses here. Because when other people aren't committed, right? It therefore gives you now the reason to not be committed, right? And then when nobody's committed, what's the point? So are you going to be that person, the very rare person that's going to commit themselves no matter what? That no matter what you're facing, no matter what challenges are in front of you, are you going to be committed? Because if someone has to constantly motivate you, if someone has to constantly inspire you, if someone has to, one of the things that I think is interesting is I notice a lot of people, especially like in neighborhoods and stuff like that, some people care. They want to know everything about why that's certain cars in your driveway, or why, you do that job for a living. It's like they want to know why, and the reason why they want to know why is because they want to satisfy their own perception of you, right? I mean, we all have these perceptions of people, and they have to, if they don't line up with how we think and feel and believe, then you're going to find fault. So therefore, if you were to, let's say, join the PTA, and that parent, okay, follow me here, that parent is a part of someone that you have found fault with. So therefore, you're not going to commit, even though you wanted to, for your children, for the school. You wanted to commit yourself, but you didn't, because of a parent that you didn't like, or whatever the case may be. I know it sounds crazy, wild, and wacky, and I went a little bit deep there, but it's the truth. We find more excuses to not commit ourselves, to constantly question. Oh, you got to question everything, and you sabotage really good relationships that come into your life. You sabotage them because you would have to fully commit. You would have to fully commit. And I know that a lot of people struggle with fear of commitment. I too constantly check myself on commitment, because there are things that I'm committed to. I'm committed to my family, and it's a decision that I've made. And not to say that I'm perfect and I haven't screwed things up, because I have. But I turn from those things, and I honestly ask myself, okay, what's the bigger picture here, right? What is it that I want to accomplish with my family, and where it is that we want to go? And I do have a vision for my family, besides being fully debt-free, like mortgage-free and all that kind of stuff, and to be able to travel the world and do a lot of things. But, it's bigger than that. I do want to impact communities with my family. I do want to help other people heal in ways they've never been able to heal, give back in ways I've never been able to. Well, I do give back, but I want to give back more, right? I have a bigger picture in me that I want to do, and it's with my family. And when it's with your family, you have to be committed. And that's not always easy because, you know, your family can be your biggest opposition. They can be your biggest challenges, right? They can be, I mean, you can be at that point where you're like, that's it. There's no way that I'm going to be able to make it with this person or this whatever, right? Guys, if you're in business for yourself, if you have a family, look, you're in business for yourself if you have a family. That's just the truth, right? You have to be committed. You have to be committed to whatever it is that's in front of you. If you keep running from that commitment, you're going to find yourself constantly reverting back to this one thing, and that's commitment. Are you committed? You committed to your job? You committed to your company? You committed to your business? Are you committed to your relationships? Do you allow things to get just good enough, and then you too could have a fear of commitment. It could be the reason why you're broke. It could be the reason why you struggle. It could be the reason why you can't hold down a job. It can be a reason why you're not successful in business. It could be a reason why you struggle as a parent. It could be a reason why you struggle in your marriage. I'm not saying it's the reason, but I'm just saying it's time to rise up and confront what's keeping you from your best. And I know I have to constantly ask myself questions. I do. You know, it's easy to point the finger, isn't it? Without even realizing it. You know, especially if you're someone that, you know, has invested in yourself for many years and you deal with a lot of amateurs on a daily basis, you know, it's easy to point the finger, but eventually you do reach a point where, like, for example, my biggest goal is just to love, you know, like just continually love people where they're at, love them for who they are, and believe in them more, you know. That's definitely one of my goals this year is just to believe in people more, you know, in ways that I never have before, because of pain and hurt and the unforgiveness and things that I have walked through, right? Challenges that I've walked through. I know what it's like to walk through unemployment. I know what it's like to walk through lawsuits. I know what it's like to walk through audits that weren't my fault. I know what it's like to with relationships that got completely broken when you've given all that you've gotten. I know what it's like to lose a business that you've put your heart and soul into, that people tore down because they didn't like you, right? I know what it's like to go through a lot of things. I know what it's like to deal with gossip and slander and and lies being spread about me that were completely untrue. I know it's all those things, you know, and it doesn't matter because that's the past, right? The past does not determine your present and your future. And it's something that I actually hold strong to. And it's very scriptural too. It's one of my favorite scriptures. And it's Isaiah 43:18. Forget the former things. Don't dwell on the past, you know? And if you stick to that truth, right? And believe that you're here for a unique purpose. Believe that you're here to do something far greater than you can ever imagine, and believe, right? And commit to that. What is your dream? What is your vision? What is your passion? And line it up with your family. Stick together with your family. Stick it out. Stick it out in your business. Get committed. Get all in. Let it be for the first time in your life where you say, I am going to do whatever it takes. And that is what some people are missing. You know, there are statistics, especially in business, when people start a business, like 3% succeed or 2% succeed. I think it's 3%. 3%. And there's a reason why that is. And you have to ask yourself, am I going to be a part of that 3%? Or am I going to allow myself to crumble and fall because I couldn't commit, because I'm fear of being hurt, because someone didn't do what I expected them to do, because of your perception of somebody? Look, your light should shine no matter what. Your light should shine no matter what. And that's the most important thing. There's nothing you should have to prove. You know, one of the things I've had to learn by being in business for myself, you know, over the last 5 years, is that there's so much noise in the marketplace. And it's the biggest nuisance. I can't stand it. I literally want to take people like they're puppets and I want to smack their heads together, because it's like, it drives me crazy. It literally drives me crazy. And that might have, intimidated you a little bit, but it's the truth. People are so just all over the place. And it's like there's no order whatsoever in the marketplace. It's insane and it drives me nuts. So I've had to learn how to allow, okay, so here's the disorder, right? The disorder's here. I've had to learn how to stand in the middle and allow the disorder just to keep going, and my light just has to shine. Your light just has to shine. Does that make sense? You stand in the middle, let that noise keep going, and let your light shine. That is the only way to impact people. That is the only way to inspire people. And that's the only way you're going to motivate people to change. So once again, are you committed? Are you committed even though people want to push you over? Are you committed even though people laugh in your face? Are you committed? Are you going to stay broke just because of what Sally Sue thinks about you doing such and such business? Really? You going to allow yourselves to stay stuck there? Really? Listen, my friend, this is your time to be free. This is a year of freedom. This is a year of harvest. When you find your personal freedom, you will find your financial freedom. So, I hope this blessed you today. I could go on and on and on and on and on. But look, before I let you go, there's a link below this video. I want you to click that link. And there's some information there that can radically change your life in an instant. It can show you freedom. It can show you financial freedom. It can show you how to get out of debt or whatever it is that you need. And then I also want you to join me on Facebook. Join me on Facebook. I want to see your face. I love meeting people. And until then, until next time, I'll see you on the beaches of the world.